There are few films that perfectly capture the spirit and feel of Halloween. Not even John Carpenter's original Halloween film does that, but the third in the series, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, does. After the success of the first two Halloween films, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill wanted the series to move on into an anthology series format, and Halloween 3 was set to be the first of those anthology-themed horror movies. While John Carpenter took a step back from directing, his touch is all over the film. From the opening title sequence to the first intense chase scene, every shot of this film feels like a John Carpenter film, mainly in thanks to the cinematography and the typical iconic Carpenter soundtrack. Perhaps the reason this film failed is not because of its several bad points, even though there are many. The acting isn't great, the main character is both incredibly intelligent and incredibly stupid. There's an awkward out-of-place romance, and some of the characters are only introduced to die. But none of that matters, because the concept of the film is so far out there that it would take a miracle to make a film about a man who wants to use ancient Stonehenge technology to kill all of America's children to work. However, somehow, the film does work, and comes off across as a modern folk/fairy tale with an incredibly dreamlike atmosphere and a constant sense of dread that comes along with a constant countdown towards the night of Halloween. And that's the most critical word here. Halloween. While extremely subtle, everything in this film has an orange and black glow to it, and unlike the original Halloween, it is actually based around the holiday and doesn't just take place on the holiday. There are two reasons to watch this film. One, it is for the main villain played by Dan O'Herlihy and his incredibly creepy monologue towards the end of the film. And secondly, talking about the ending of this film more than makes up for anything bad that you've just seen. It is truly a shame that this film was so critically panned when it came out, because imagine all the creative ideas that could have come from this format. The mantle of this idea, in a way, passed on to American Horror Story, which has thrived off being a TV series with different stories each season. But it's still a shame that we live in a world of increasingly bad Halloween sequels and remakes based off the story of Michael Myers, instead of a world with a possibly fun anthology series instead. But at least we have Halloween 3, which for me is the perfect Halloween movie.